Hey guys, it's TR Perry here, and this is my booktube. So, welcome. So, today I wanted to take some time to talk about, really delve into the book that I'm currently writing. So, I'm a first time author, and I'm having so much fun writing this book. It is called Wielder, and I wanted to bring you into some of the basic plot line. Of course, don't worry, I won't give you any spoilers. And when it comes out on Amazon, I will be sure to, link that information so that way you are able to see the final and finished product. So for now, I wanted to talk about the plot of my book. So, Rose Wielder. Why is it called that? You will obviously figure that out as you read. But the basic plot is I am talking about a girl. So this is for those of you who don't know, this is a young adult fantasy fiction novel. So my main character, she is a young 16-year-old of color, and she is the daughter of a king and queen. So she is royal. She's a royalty. She is, a princess on her way to being eligible to, rule the throne. And I kind of wanted this story to be a twist in a way on the Cinderella story, where, a lot of times we have Cinderella stories, but I think what we fail to think about is what happens when Cinderella marries the prince and has a child. And the reason why I ask that question is Cinderella has so many different ways of living than the prince. And when they have a child together, is that kid just going to be fully adopted into the royal ways, or is there going to be a sense of stigma about that child? So I wanted to think about that sense of stigma that could happen to the child per se of Cinderella. And so, and also I wanted to add in some things that I really care about, such as race and ethnicity. So our main character for this book, her name is Arabella Byzantor, and she is actually as I said, a young girl of color. Her father is considered to be some sort of, Caucasian European descent, and her mother is more of an African type descent. So she is a mixed race, and she is growing up trying to kind of, visually and theoretically navigate this world of, man, everybody around me does not look like me, right? And what does that mean for her? How does she navigate that world? So, at the very beginning of the book, we have her call to action. So her parents say, "Hey, we're gonna sign you up. We've signed you up for this apprenticeship, and you and the nobles of the rest of the country, their children will all be enrolled in an apprenticeship together. So that way, all of them can, you know." Learn and be taught. So they're going to go through an intensive summer training program, kind of like an internship, if you will, and they are going to be taught in groups and partners how to rule their various provinces. So basically, they're going to be taking over provinces for each other in pairs, and be learning about, hey, how do we rule this country? And if they complete it successfully, if Arabella is able to complete it successfully, then she will be crowned as, an official princess. So that's where the book gets started, and we have her, navigating things with race. She is able to get to the apprenticeship, of course, in the very second chapter, I believe I put it. And after that, she starts making some friends, and she, of course, makes some friends that are more attractive. And so that's exciting too. So there's some love interest going on here. And yeah, so you're able to go through that journey with her. She also is going to start having to confront her roots of, looking at her own ethnic and racial heritage. So the city that she's been put in charge of is actually filled with the minority group that she and her mother have descended from. But unlike her mother, she has zero ties to her own culture. And this is these group of people, they are called Melindans. So she is going to have to, figure out a way to connect with these people. I really love this concept because I think a lot of times when you are a person of color, you can either some people end up being completely connected to their culture, and other people end up feeling completely ostracized, or like they're a fake, or something like that, like, oh, I don't know anything about my culture, what's wrong with me? And so yeah, she's gonna have to navigate those things. She meets some really kind old people that are from her culture, and they kind of start adopting her in, and she has some friends that are really supportive of her culture. And so it's definitely a mix of coming of age and also getting to know yourself and understanding the various parts of your identity. And there's definitely some things added in there too that just talk about gender. So she's got pressures of, do I need to get married? Her parents are kind of like sprinkling in pressure of like, it would be nice if you got married because, of course you could have children and you could continue our family line, and, you might be more legitimate that way. And so, she's having to navigate a lot of different things here. So I'm really excited for you all to read it, and, when it's all said and done. But thank you for coming to this video today. If you like this content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.